Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Sweet Fuse at your side. We are along Shidou's route. Oh, I have to admit, this is like my favorite game that I'm reading at the moment. It is just so much fun. So I'm looking forward to it. And we're about to go into a horror attraction. I'm so excited because I love horror so much. Although, Wakasa's being a baby about it again, of course. Let's see if we can toughen him up a little. Come on, Wakasa, you can hold my hand. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Oh man, I'm really not good with scary stuff. You're totally not the guy for me. Well, at least it looked like we know a little about the attraction going into it. I'm worried about the traitor, though. I couldn't focus on the game we'd be playing. What if one of us was working for the pig? I sighed and looked around. What the hell? What was that? Ah!
What's wrong?
I thought I saw someone move in the shadows over there.
Are you sure? I don't see anything.
Huh?
Maybe it's one of the piglets. Or perhaps it was your imagination. Kinda hard to believe that pig had let any intruders in here, you know?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It had looked too small to be a piglet. Perhaps I was just seeing things. Ooh, that looks awesome, but how the hell is that needle staying there? That is totally not structurally possible, unless there were some invisible cables there. The bloodstained hospital was a strange building with a giant needle stuck into it. Ah, paradise. That sure looks pretty spooky. I could see the blood drain out of Wakasa's face. I guess he wasn't kidding about not being good with scary stuff. Take some of my courage, man. I felt a little sorry for him, but we didn't exactly have a choice. Doesn't somebody have some Valium for the boy?
Now it's time to step into the bloodstained hospital of terror to find its secret and escape. What do you think? Pretty easy, huh? Oink. Farewell.
His forced cheerfulness contrasted especially strangely with the creepy appearance of the hospital. In fact, it made it even scarier.
Well, it seems we must enter before we can begin. Right. Let's move it, people.
No sooner had we approached the entrance than we encountered our first obstacle. There were 3 huge doors instead of a single one. We have to choose which door to enter first off. See what's behind door number 1? So can we just enter whichever one we want? Or do we all have to choose separate doors? And take separate challenges?
Wait, there's something written over them. What language is that? I can't read it. It's Italian. It translates to, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here."
You know Italian? I stared at him incredulously.
Ah, yes. The gate to hell from Dante's Inferno.
He smiled knowingly and tapped his forehead. That was when I realized what was really behind the grim feelings I'd been experiencing. It would suck if a traitor destroyed the team we'd built, even if we had only known each other for 2 days. But if we lost even one person, we'd be in real trouble. Each attraction so far has needed every single one of us in some way.
Hey, are you alright?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just kind of spaced out for a minute, so what should we do?
Well, I'm concerned that sending all of us through one door could end up wasting time. I think our best course of action is going to be to split up.
I don't know, it doesn't sound wise to me, but...
Yeah, that might be best. So, how do we want to split up?
I'm going with Shidou.
I don't have any real preference. Me either.
Then I guess I'm deciding again. I guess I don't really care either. I mean, it's not like this place is super scary or anything. You ain't fooling anyone, kid.
I would be happy to work with any of you.
He's so easygoing, it's so sweet. Itarashi's face broke into a wide grin, and I could almost see the gear spinning up in his head. Wait, what's he planning? This seems suspicious. Vito! Whatever you have to say, Vito! You're one of the suspected traitors.
Hey, Miyoshi, you're with me. Oh, what? Is that cool with you? I mean, we gotta make groups eventually, right?
Miyoshi didn't seem particularly thrilled.
Not that I mind, but why are you picking him? Well, no reason.
Are you gonna bump him off?
You're acting pretty suspicious, Mitarashi. What are you hiding? Oh, I'm not hiding anything, cop. You really gotta see the worst in everybody. Just hurry up and pick a group.
I could see another possibly real fight brewing when Miyoshi finally spoke. No, I don't want to get bombarded with questions again. Wait, what?
No, shut up, you idiot.
I see. Mitarashi's been bugging him with questions about the games.
Wait, what is this? Ugh.
Suddenly, all eyes were on Mitarashi. He chewed at his cheek for several long seconds before finally conceding. Give it up, man.
I might have asked him about a few things.
Like, what?
Come on, what the hell else would you ask a nerd about? Video games. I mean, like, all the attractions here are based off games, so I started wondering about stuff.
He asked me about all sorts of things. What genres were popular, how different games worked, what systems they're played on, how much they cost. Wait, so he really doesn't know all that stuff?
Well, who doesn't do some research before they go buy something?
I'm not a search engine. He just wouldn't shut up about it. I tried to get away from him by going to my room, but then he just called my cell phone. Well, I guess that makes him a little less suspicious.
Whoa, hold on. I see. I think I get it.
Then that means Mitarashi was talking to Miyoshi on the phone last night. I let out a silent sigh of relief. This meant that Mitarashi wasn't a traitor. Well, you don't know that for sure, but it's less likely. But I still don't have anything that clears Shirabe. I glanced over at him while everyone was busy teasing Mitarashi, but he looked just like he always did, totally unconcerned. It really could be anybody. It could be Wakasa, faking his fear. If I can't get back to the subject at hand, I recommend each group take one of the adults. Shidou, Urabe, and myself.
Good, I agree. Hey, are you saying I'm not an adult?
Well, you are actually one of the younger ones, in spite of your size and looks. Shidou simply ignored Mitarashi's protests and rattled off the group's assignments.
We'll split up as follows. Miyoshi will come with me, Shirabe go with Wakasa, and Urabe is with Mitarashi. As for you, Inafune...
Yes?
I'll keep an eye on you. I mean, I took an arrow for you already, right? You can't be trusted, Mitarashi. As an officer of the law, I'm sworn to protect the innocent, and that's what I intend to do.
Hey, hold on. Don't you think you should come with us? I mean, we've, got Shirabe. Plus, it won't be scary with more people. At least his motives were pretty clear. What should I do? It felt nice to be wanted, but I still had to make a choice. Quiet now. We must allow the young lady to make her own choice. I silently thanked him. More desperate pleas were not what I needed. But what am I going to do? Shidou! Well, Shidou is reliable, and Miyoshi seems to know a lot about games. Can I go with you guys?
Of course.
He's smiling about it. It pleases him. And that was that.
Alright, I wish all of you luck. If something happens, well, without our phones, there's not much we can do, honestly.
Hopefully we'll find a way to persevere on our own.
Well, I'm ready to take whatever they've got.
We can do it, guys! We nodded to each other as a piglet came trotting out to meet us. Alright, weirdo. Alright, Mr. Mime. What the heck is this guy saying? I don't know. I was still trying to figure out what we were supposed to do when Miyoshi spoke up. I think he's telling us to put these on. Come on, seriously! I mean, we didn't get to see it in that motion, but it seems pretty obvious. They should be able to communicate these things wordlessly pretty easily. With motions and gestures. It's not that hard. You can understand these creatures? Mostly, I'm just guessing. Now that he'd said it, though, I could see that the piglet was holding several watch-like things out toward us. It has a heart, though. Does it monitor our heart rates? Are these watches? There's a button on the side. When I pressed the button, the LCD panel lit up. Oh, is this a heart rate monitor? Yeah, I think you're right. See, there's a little heart icon next to the number. Then these must be our terror gauges. Interesting. Well, then they use our heart rates to determine our level of terror. Beat too fast and it's a game over. Oh, that sounds so much fun! This is like Clock Tower 3 or, oh, darn it, what was that other game? Oh, I can't remember, but they're so much fun. Don't point at me, it's rude! He scratched at his beard, and the piglet nodded vigorously.
Since we're all wearing them, does that mean if we all fail, if any one of us hits the limit?
What the hell is that gesture? Can't you just nod or shake your head?
He's saying if 3 of us get a game over, we all fail the game.
How the hell can you tell that? I still wasn't sure how he understood them, but the piglet didn't show any signs of objecting, so he must have gotten it right. Or did he really actually guess that from knowledge of a different game, not from the piglet? Wait, why am I thinking about how Mayoshi understands them? There's more important stuff going on.
Only 3, damn. That's not even half of us. This could be tough.
I don't think I can do this. Well, I guess it's gonna be game over for him pretty fast. Seriously, somebody give him a volume!
Oh, give me a break. We haven't even gone in and you're already scared. Chill out.
What did you just do? Eee! Is it game over already just from that? Wakasa nearly leapt a foot into the air, and as he launched, a ringing sound came from the device around his wrist.
Holy crap, kid. Could you be wound any tighter?
Well, just don't smack me on the back like that.
Look, if 3 of us max out, then everyone is toast. I know it's going to be easier said than done, but try not to get too scared, alright?
Gosh, I hope it doesn't get too bad in there. We split off into our groups, and I headed toward the leftmost door with Shidou and Mayoshi.
I'm guessing this flashlight is for us.
He plucked the flashlight from the hook on the side of the entrance and pushed the door open. I'm so excited! Oh, it looks like the first episode of The Walking Dead.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Let's go. Make sure you don't get separated.
With only the flashlight to see by, we headed deeper into the hospital. The whole place smelled dank and moldy, and it was cold enough to make me shiver. Our footsteps sounded loud in the empty hallway, and when a voice suddenly echoed over the intercom, I nearly stumbled.
Listen, this labyrinth of the dead devours the souls of the living. Listen to the footsteps of the creeping death. Devours the souls of the living. Listen for the footsteps of the creeping death.
What does all that mean? The flashlight showed us the decayed, peeling walls of the hallway and pieces of something scattered across the floor.
I'm not sure what that was about, but it doesn't look like there's anything here. We should keep moving.
And, stay attentive? Yeah. We began to move forward again. When? Gah! I felt something crunch under my foot. The alarm on my terror gauge began to go off.
Whoa, calm down. It was just a chunk of concrete, okay?
His voice was soft as he laid a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Right. I took slow, deep breaths, and after a few seconds, the alarm slowed and finally stopped. I'm sorry. I'm okay now.
As long as you're still in the game, we're fine. Exactly. If you're better now, we should keep moving.
Right. The announcement hadn't been metaphorical when it described the hospital as a labyrinth. The hallways turned and twisted everywhere like a maze. Fun, fun. It feels like we could get lost in here really easily.
You're right. We should mark our path.
Shidou pulled a pen out from a pocket in his suit and carefully drew a mark on the concrete.
This way we'll find our way back out, and we'll know if we cross our own path later.
Like Hansel and Gretel. Oh, that's a bad analogy. You're cursing yourself again, girl.
Yes, in a manner of speaking, although their trail of breadcrumbs was eaten by birds. Hopefully nothing here eats ink.
Hopefully tiles don't rotate or anything crazy. I tried to keep joking as we moved forward, hoping that as long as I didn't think about how scary everything was, I wouldn't set off my terror gauge again. Shidou and Mayoshi seemed to share my sentiments, and for a while we managed almost non-stop banter. We left marks behind us as we moved, and eventually arrived at a staircase leading to the second floor.
It looks like there's a directory here. Let's have a look.
He brought the flashlight up to illuminate it. Nightmare Maze, Vivisection Lab, Records.
Looks like we've got a long way to go. We should hurry.
We continued walking as we climbed the stairs, and at the top we found another pitch-black hallway. The maze is going to make meeting our deadline tough, but do you think there are going to be traps and stuff too?
I'd be surprised if there weren't any.
Shidou shook his head, but before I could respond, Miyoshi spoke up.
I heard something.
What?
Listen.
What is that? From somewhere in the maze, I could hear a slow, awkward shuffling noise. Whatever it was coming closer.
I'll go check it out.
He shoved the flashlight into my hands as he spoke, then moved up to the intersection and peeked around the corner. At least he didn't say I'll be right back.
Hey, turn off the light.
I scrambled to turn it off, and Shidou made his way back toward us. What was it?
A monster.
Or at least somebody dressed up as a monster. At Shidou's direction, we hid ourselves behind a nearby pillar as the noise came steadily closer and closer. Calm down, breathe. I chanted those words to myself over and over, willing my heart to slow down and not trip my terror gauge. After a few tense minutes... That's not a monster, that's a zombie. There's a bit of a difference. And why does this zombie have a machine gun and a lantern? Why? It doesn't need either of those. Gah! A shadow carrying a lantern stepped into the intersection. Shidou had been right to call it a monster. Well, I guess if it's a person dressed as a zombie, then it does need a lantern. Sorry. The creature's skin was peeling off, and its body was warped and twisted by scars and lesions. Moaning, labored breathing accompanied its shuffling footsteps. In one hand it carried a submachine gun that looked sort of like an Uzi. I swallowed. The noise we heard was its footsteps. I clapped my hand over my mouth, but as I did, the alarm on my bracelet suddenly began to ring. You fool! Ah! Before I could even react, Miyoshi put his hand over the bracelet, muffling the noise. Is it enough?
Relax.
Right! I shut my eyes tight and let out a shallow, wavering breath.
Just stay calm. Your heart rate will slow down again.
His voice in my ear was a calm whisper. We kept our bodies as still as stones. I'm starting to like Miyoshi more.
Looks like it's gone.
At last, the alarm from my bracelet went silent. Oh gosh, thanks Miyoshi. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. I don't think anyone would blame you for being scared of that thing.
Why weren't you two scared at all?
But what was it? A zombie.
What? You couldn't tell! You people never watch any TV. Now that I thought about it, Miyoshi had mentioned before that the attraction was based on a game that involved trying to avoid being caught by zombies.
I'm not sure what the model was, but that looked like a submachine gun he was carrying. Even an amateur could fill you full of lead with one of those.
He looked a little nervous. Well, we've still got to make it through here without setting off our terror gauges. Now we've just got to watch out for zombies too.
Yes, we'll need to be extra careful.
So we headed deeper in, taking care to listen for more zombies. The further we went, though, the more the hallways crisscrossed, meaning zombies could come from any direction. Shidou and Miyoshi seemed fine. Are they even scared at all? I forced myself to take long, deep breaths in an attempt to calm my racing heartbeat, but... Gah! I felt like someone had thrown my chest in a vice. Ah! I found myself grabbing onto Shidou before I even realized what I was doing.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I just... Great. My legs were shaking like a pair of leaves, and before I could finish, my terror gauge began to go off. Oh no. If there had ever been any doubt in my mind as to what it felt like to have my legs fall out from under me, that moment cleared it up. Please, don't let me be out. Shidou! Save me.
It's going to be alright. If you're frightened, you can hold on to me.
Huh? Suddenly, I felt Shidou's arm around my shoulders. No, you're just gonna make my heart race more!
What we just heard was Okasa.
Ah, we heard Wakasa's girly scream off in the distance. Huh?
Well, if that was his voice, it's not as scary, right? I mean, it's just us and the zombies in the maze. That means it must have been one of us who screamed. Go on, just imagine Toa screaming like a baby while he's running away from a zombie.
Okay, that helps.
Isn't it pretty funny? I mean, I do feel a little bit bad for him, but still.
I closed my eyes and imagined Wakasa screaming. Shidou smiled and patted my head. Thanks.
Protecting young women is just part of my duty as an officer of the law, all in a day's work.
Right. I wonder if other kinds of, excitement can set off the alarm. Yeah. In any event, if I was able to think things like that, I must have calmed down. I couldn't keep relying on Shidou, though. I needed to work on handling problems by myself.
What was that scream?
It sounded like a girl. Do you think there's another girl in here? Oh, it's probably just sound effects.
If they're a civilian, we need to get them to safety as soon as possible.
Oh, that's right, we did see that little kid running around. Or little thing, whatever it was.
They could get killed in here. If worst comes to worst, and we fail, the explosion could definitely kill them. Okay, I think it came from over there.
We headed off in the direction of the scream, making sure to keep our eyes open for zombies. There it is again! Maybe it really is Wakasa! And a girly scream.
We're getting close.
I spotted a dim light coming from around the corner to the left, the same direction the voice had come from. Do you think she's being chased by a zombie?
Seems likely. Let's move.
We rounded the corner and saw a zombie heading down the corridor, away from us. There! Further down the hallway was a shadow of someone else running away from the zombie. Okay, is it just me, or did that look like it would be Shirabe's daughter? I mean, did she have Pocky out of the side of her mouth?
I think you're looking for us.
The zombie's shuffling footsteps stopped, and it slowly turned to face us.
They aren't that fast. We should be able to loop around and go after whoever it was chasing.
He yelled at the zombie again and waved his flashlight. Then we all turned and ran. The moment we rounded the corner, we heard the crackle of gunfire behind us.
Damn, he's not going to pull any punches, is he?
As we drew closer to the next corner, I heard Mayoshi's footsteps start to falter. Oh man, already? Come on, we have to keep going.
I can't.
Come on, adrenaline! The alarm on his bracelet began to ring, and fast. He must be really out of breath. If you give up now, it's game over. Game over, man, game over. If you give up here, it's game over. He gave me a wry grin.
Well, if you put it that way, I don't really have a choice, do I?
That's right, you're a winner. You beat video games. Yeah, come on, let's go.
Right.
He nodded, then turned and tossed something out across the intersection we just come through. What was that?
A game. I beat it a long time ago. I would like to hang on to it, but it's sure not worth my life.
With a nod to me, he turned and ran off. A diversion! I heard the sound of gunfire move off in the direction he'd thrown the disc. It looked like the diversion had worked. We rounded another corner and were back in the hallway where we'd first seen the zombie. In front of us was a door illuminated by several emergency lights.
That has to be the exit. They must have gone through there.
Let's go! We leapt through the door. Is that wise? Shouldn't we have maybe gone in slowly? The damp, moldy smell was gone, replaced by the harsh antiseptic smell of a functioning hospital. Well, they really went all out on this place, huh? This is an operating room, isn't it? In the center of the room was a surgical table with various unpleasant-looking tools laid out across it. The general creepiness of the room brought me up short, and I took a tentative step back as two other doors opened and the rest of our party appeared.
Oh, is everyone all right? Yeah, I guess so. Huh.
Thank goodness nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Where's Urabe? You guys? I began to move slowly toward the table in the center, Hiding in the shadows, I could see the form of a small girl curled up in a ball. Are you okay? You don't need to be scared. We're not going to hurt you. It is Paki! And she has the same color hair as Shirabe. Are you Shirabe's daughter? Slowly and cautiously, a little girl with a huge backpack stepped into the light.
My.
Daddy! I was right. What? Oh man, if I get with him, I'm gonna be a stepmother. Oh, that is awfully cute though. And why is Shirabe the only one with a nose in this picture? As soon as she spotted Shirabe, the girl ran toward him and leapt into his arms. We were all totally dumbfounded. Daddy?
The nightmare maze has been completed.
Everyone let out a sigh of relief.
Glad we're done with that damn maze, but you've got some explaining to do, Daddy. And I suggest you do it quickly.
Yeah. Shirabe finally set the girl back down and turned to face the rest of us.
This is my Shirabe. She's my daughter. Your daughter?
Why is that so surprising? I mean, it's surprising that she's there, but they act like it's weird that he has a daughter.
That's unexpected.
And that is a really freaky face you're making, Miyoshi.
How interesting. Yeah.
Okay, but what's she doing here? She still seemed scared, and had hidden behind her father's leg to peer out at the rest of us.
I'm not sure. She's all I got left of my wife, but she's been living with my mother-in-law.
Then she doesn't live with you?
Yeah, pretty much. But, what are you doing here?
She looked down at the floor and played with her hands as she spoke. I came here with Grandma, but something went boom. Then I lost Grandma. You got lost in the park? Yeah.
That was 3 days ago. What have you been eating?
Pocky? Is that backpack full of nothing but Pocky? How about a snacks in my backpack? Grandma likes to be prepared.
So you've been wandering around this park for 3 days eating snacks?
Yeah. Shirabe shook his head and sighed. She learned it from you, Daddy. She learned it from you.
Damn. What are you gonna do?
What do you mean?
Well, as an outsider, I guess you could say. Is her being here a violation of the rules? Oh. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about that.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's been here in the park since all of this started. She's not really an outsider.
I see.
Besides, if her being here was against the rules, Augustine would have done something already, right?
After yesterday, we all know the bastard's a peeping Tom. So, you're saying if he doesn't pitch a fit, we should be fine?
Perhaps. But it will be for naught if we cannot escape from this attraction. Yeah, we don't want his daughter to get blown up with us.
Exactly. We need to focus all our effort on beating this game.
We nodded.
Good. Let's go over the layout.
Shidou began to explain what he'd learned. Apparently, the rooms went Nightmare Maze, Vivisection Lab, Records. Alright, so we're 1/3 of the way done.
Then that makes this the Vivisection Lab? Damn, no wonder this place is giving me the creeps.
Then that table. No! How about we don't think about that? Besides, this is just an amusement park. It's not like they actually cut people open here.
Right. Let's take a look around then. Remember, keep calm.
So we still have to keep calm even though that one part's over? As we moved off to examine the rest of the room, Mai edged up to me. And we'll get to hear what Mai says in the next video because, well, yeah, we might as well finish with having completed that first challenge in the park in the horror section. I'm loving it. I love it. Well, not a whole lot happened, but I just like seeing the horror setting. And I'm kind of disappointed that the zombie had a machine gun, but oh well. I'm sure they're not real zombies. I think I'm starting to get a little bit better with Shirabe's voice. I think I finally figured out what I was doing with it exactly. Alright, well anyway, hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.